Well, good morning. It's April 22nd. Today is Earth Day. I want to share a few scriptures with you, parts of scriptures this morning. Again, I am in the Message, the contemporary paraphrase written by Eugene Peterson. I'm going to begin with Genesis, and rather than reading the entire passage about creation, I want to bring to you how firmly in this translation these movements of creation are lifted up. God spoke light, and light appeared. God saw that the light was good. God spoke sky. In the middle of the waters, separate water from water. God made sky. And there it was, and it was good. God spoke separate. Water beneath heaven gather into one place. Land appear. And it was. And God named the land earth, the pooled water ocean. God saw that it was good. God spoke earth, green up, grow all varieties of seed-bearing plants, every sort of fruit-bearing tree. And there it was. And God saw that it was good. God spoke lights, come out, shine in heaven's sky, separate day from night, mark the seasons and days and years. There it was, and it was good. And God made two big lights, the larger to take charge of the day, the smaller to be in charge of the night. And he made the stars. And God saw that it was good. God spoke, swarm, ocean with fish and all sea life, birds fly through the sky over earth. God created the huge whales and all swarm of life in the waters, and every kind and species of flying birds. God saw that it was good. God spoke, earth, generate life, every sort and kind, cattle and reptiles and wild animals, all kinds. And there it was. And God said that it was good. God spoke, let us make human beings in our own image and make them reflecting our nature so they can be responsible. And God created human beings and created them godlike, reflecting God's nature. Created them male and female. God looked over everything he had made. It was good, so very good. And we know that the narrative continues with the day of rest. We begin with that on this Earth Day because we are able to see that there is a creator and that there is an order to all there is. I want to continue by reading again from the Message, Psalm 96. Sing God a brand new song, earth and everyone in it sing. Sing to God, worship God. Shout the news of his victory from sea to sea. Take the news of his glory to the lost. News of his wonders to one and all. For God is great and worth 1,000 hallelujahs. His terrible beauty makes the gods look cheap. Pagan gods are mere tatters and rags. God made the heavens. Royal splendor radiates from him. A powerful beauty sets him apart. Bravo, God, bravo. Everyone join in the great shout. Encore. In awe before the beauty, in awe before the might. Bring gifts and celebrate. Bow before the beauty of God, then to your knees, everyone worship. Get out the message, God rules. He put the world on a firm foundation. He treats everyone fair and square. Let's hear it from the sky with the earth joining in, and a huge round of applause from the sea. Let wilderness turn cartwheels, animals come dance. Put every tree of the forest in the choir. An extravaganza before God as he comes to set everything right on earth. Set everything right, treat everyone fair. I love that translation of Psalm 96 because it is so joyful. Cartwheels, handsprings, the gathering of all creation to celebrate. Today is Earth Day. I was reading one of the many blogs that I receive, and it was talking about church and saying when this social distancing ends, we will all be startups. What we are seeing today in nature is a startup. There was a map this morning on the news showing the reduction in our country and around the world from satellite of pollution, the clearing of skies. In some countries, they are actually seeing their mountains for the first time. They've always been obscured. In this time of caring for one another through social distancing, they are also seeing the return of nesting birds, rare turtles, feeling safe to come once again to the areas they had abandoned, feeling safe to have their young in a quieter and cleaner world. It's a side effect I don't think we ever thought of. This Earth Day has always been a day for many, many, many years now, set aside to think deeply about what we are doing to harm this world that we have been given the stewardship over. Stewardship is not something that means it is for you to use and not worry about. Stewardship is a word that indicates care and concern. It indicates doing everything possible to ensure that all of creation thrives, not just humanity. And we have found when we have neglected the fish, the plants, the animals, the waters, it has affected our ability to thrive as well. We have noticed the climate changing. We have seen how easily and quickly water becomes polluted and becomes unsafe to drink. We have seen how quickly, daily, species become extinct as they lose habitat, as they're exposed to chemicals, all the many causes of their demise. It is an odd side effect, isn't it? This time when we are fighting against a disease, when we are trying in all ways possible to save human life, to care for one another, to care for the common good, to see in the midst of that, as we have truly cared for one another, it also has begun to restore the earth. So on this Earth Day, we know things will begin soon. We don't know the timeline, but one day we will begin to open up. Industries will begin to process. More vehicles will again be on our roads. More people will again be in places of habitat for others. I wonder, will we have learned through this time as we've watched the earth being restored that maybe there are more ways in which, when we come back, we can keep it from the old normal? Maybe there are other ways as we restart that we can care more deeply, be more aware of all that we do to care for one another, to extend that care to our entire environment. As we began with Genesis, I love Eugene Peterson's words. I mean, it's just an exclamation every time something new appears. And then, of course, it is that look that God gives to creation over and over again to say it is good. I wonder what God sees today. How we hope, in the midst of all of this, in the midst of so much else that overwhelms us, could we also see the need for some change as we come back, so that what we are seeing in the healing of the earth could continue. Earth Day is not just one day. This day has been set aside. But when we go back to understand the order, the foundation, the creation of this world, isn't every day Earth Day? We have been given that charge to be good stewards. Maybe, as so much else is being rebirthed in us, in the midst of pretty uncomfortable circumstances, pretty unique, pretty unprecedented. I think that's our catchword during this time. Could we, and I know we should, develop a new way of caring for the earth as we've watched the changes that have come just with the lessening of human activity? How could we carry that knowledge into a time of reopening? How could we carry that care, that stewardship that we each have been given, to continue this process of healing? As stewards, it is also our responsibility to think about what is being passed on to children, to grandchildren, to generations yet unseen. As stewards, it is our responsibility to leave for them the best. So on this Earth Day, maybe we can reflect a little bit. The psalm reminded us of the celebration of all creation of God's presence. Maybe on this Earth Day, we have an opportunity to look around and see, I do know, we all know, that we will need to get back to opening up of industry and business. How can we do that in a way that continues the work that is happening right now of healing, of creation? Because this gift we have is beautiful. May you be blessed today. Amen.